And here we go again. Welcome back to another video on the Crossbar channel. Today we're seeing a quick overview of the Champions League. That's right, the Champions League will be back next week, February 14 on Valentine's Day. We got 2 games on Valentine's Day and then 2 days on the 15th. So PSG against Bayern Munich and AC Milan Tottenham will be the games on Tuesdays. And then Wednesday, Club Brugge and Benfica Lisbon. And then Borussia Dortmund and Chelsea. So, without further ado, let's dive on to the games. Okay, we're going to start with Paris Saint-Germain against Bayern Munich at the Parc des Princes on February 14. It's going to be a fun night. I don't know. Early prognostic, I'm going to say I think Bayern Munich might have an edge just because Mbappe is probably not going to play, still injured. It was been injured for 2 weeks now. I understand that Julian Nagelsmann say that he doesn't believe that Mbappe will miss the game. He thinks PSG is bluffing and pretending that Paris Saint-Germain star Mbappe is actually injured when he's going to be fit for the game. But I really think Mbappe might not make it to the game. I mean, PSG has a game this Wednesday on the Coupe de France with Olympique Marseille, one of the biggest, the historical rival in France. And if Mbappe is not playing, it's not going to be a good idea to just jumpstart him playing against Bayern Munich on the Champions League. Like if Mbappe was going to play against Bayern Munich, he's either going to play today against Marseille or over the weekend on the game. If Mbappe doesn't play in neither game, I'll see how difficult it will be for him to just jump into the Champions League against Bayern Munich. He needs some rhythm after he got back from injury. So I believe Paris, when they say Mbappe is injured for this game. And then, as far as like Bayern Munich, Sadio Mane is still injured. I think he's not going to play that game at all. So if Mbappe is out, Sadio Mane is out, that kind of balances out the 2 left stars, wingers are not going to play. But then Neymar is coming back from injuries too. I think he's going to play today against Marseille. He's coming back from injury. Let's see how it feels on the field. But let's take a look at the both starting 11 and kind of compare. Let me see. Let's start with the home team, PSG. Donnarumma on the goal. If I'm comparing Donnarumma with Bayern Munich goalkeeper, is going to be Sommer. I'm going to say an edge to PSG. Donnarumma is a better goalkeeper. So Paris has a better goalkeeper. Let's move on. Right back, Achraf Hakimi with Mazraoui. Well, it's not going to be Mazraoui, actually. It's going to be Joao Cancelo that they just acquired. Oh, that's a tough one. But actually, I'm going to say Hakimi. Hakimi is the best right back right now, but it's not too far off from Joao Cancelo. So Paris has the best right back of the 2 teams. Then central defender is going to be the pair is going to be Marquinhos, either Marquinhos, Sergio Ramos. I think it's going to be Marquinhos, Sergio Ramos. Kimpembe is still injured. I don't think they're going to play Danilo at that position. So let's say Marquinhos and Sergio Ramos, and Bayern Munich is going to have Matthijs de Ligt and Upamecano, perhaps, on that central defender binomial. I think those even. As much as Marquinhos is better than all the defenders I've named, but it's just about the chemistry of De Ligt and Upamecano, I think offsets the talent of Marquinhos and Sergio Ramos' experience. At this point, you got to be able to run. So I'm going to say central defender, I'm going to say let's call it even for now. Left back, PSG has Nuno Mendes, who's coming back from injury, and Bayern Munich has Alphonso Davies, the Canadian. Okay, to be honest, Alphonso Davies is probably the best left back in the world. It's probably been that way the last 3-4 years. So I'm going to say Bayern Munich has the edge over PSG on the left flank. Midfield, Paris midfield could go either way depending how Christophe Galtier want to play, especially if Mbappe is absent of that game. It can either go Fabian Ruiz, Verratti, of course, and Soler. Or, actually, that's where you're going to go because Sanchez got injured this weekend. So it's going to be either Fabian, Soler, and Verratti on a 3-player midfielder, or it's going to be Fabian, Danilo Pereira, and Verratti when Bayern Munich is going to play the classic Goretzka, Joshua Kimmich, and probably Jamal Musiala that will be the pair. So I'm gonna say talent-wise, I'm gonna say Verratti is the best midfielder across all teams, but Bayern Munich's Kimmich, Goretzka, it's really complementary, and they know what they're doing, and they have chemistry together. I'm gonna give an edge to Bayern Munich midfield because that's what they do. They've been doing this for years now. These two, especially Goretzka and Kimmich in the Champions League in a high level. Fabian is this first year with PSG. So is Soler. Only Verratti's been there forever. So chemistry-wise and know-how and experience, I'm gonna give Bayern Munich an edge. Now let's see in the forward. Now PSG might play a 4-3-3 or 4-2-1-3. If Mbappe is not there, it's gonna be Neymar on the left, Messi on the right, and Ekitike on as a striker. I don't think Christophe Galtier is going to go that way. He might even play Soler right there. He's done that before, play Soler on up front. But since they lost Sarabia over the transfer window, he might play Ekitike. So it's going to be Neymar, Ekitike, and Messi. And Bayern Munich is going to have either Kingsley Coman, Gnabry, and Thomas Müller. Actually, it's definitely going to be Choupo-Moting going to play first. Definitely. Choupo-Moting is going to be on the striker position. Now it's going to be either Coman, Leo Sané, Gnabry on the front three. Now, I'm going to give an edge to, as far as the wingers, PSG, because Messi and Neymar are better than Coman and Gnabry and Sané anyways. Individually, that's the catch. They're individually better than Bayern Munich. But as far as chemistry-wise, I'm going to say Bayern Munich has an edge because that's their... Plus, those guys defend too. Coman, Gnabry, and Sané will come back on defense, where Neymar and Messi are not going to be defending. So as far as chemistry and productivity, as far as like box-to-box, I'm going to give Bayern Munich an edge. And as a striker, I'm going to give Choupo-Moting an edge over Ekitike anyway. So it looks like... And Bayern Munich look like it has a better bench because when I see... whether it's Gravenberch on the bench, Gravenberch is a better option in the midfield. So I'm gonna say, look like PSG as the best individual player, but Champions League is not won by the best individual player. We've seen that before. Everybody remembers seeing the 2002 Galactico Real Madrid. They didn't win anything for years when they had Brazilian Ronaldo, Zidane, David Beckham, Michael Owen, Cassano. They got Luis Figo, all the Ballon d'Or in the team, Kaká, and they didn't win anything. So at this level, it's not the individual player that wins the game, it's actually the team. Which team's going to defend as a unit and attack as a unit and sprinkle some star power that gets you over the hump. But Paris look like it's filled with stars, and we know for a fact Neymar's not going to defend, Messi's not going to defend, neither Mbappe or Ekitike is not going to defend. So they're going to end up defending, having a gap between 7 players defending and 3 not defending. When Bayern Munich, everybody's going to attack and everybody's going to defend, and they're used to doing that week in, week out. So Paris plays home. I'm going to say an edge for Paris playing at the Parc des Princes. They're kind of hard to beat at the Parc des Princes, but yet again, Bayern Munich has the better team as far as a player put together. Paris, better individuality. Bayern Munich, better team. So I'm gonna say I could go for a draw in that game, but that would be like I'm sitting on the fence. So I'm gonna give a slight little edge for the team that plays at home, but I don't necessarily believe that Paris can beat Bayern Munich with this particular team, especially if Mbappe not playing. Better off, Bayern Munich is gonna win that game. If Mbappe is playing, it's still gonna be hard because he's not gonna be defending anyways, and Bayern Munich has the best team as far as like chemistry and togetherness. Unfortunately, I see Bayern Munich winning that game. I hope I'm wrong. I'm rooting for Paris to win, but Bayern Munich is kind of a big one to beat. And I'm going to leave it at that for this game between Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain.